it's Renee with Delaney Jane Cards. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm participating in Maria's hop. She's got this awesome hop going on. It's called Strength and Kindness. She asked us what our superpower is, and we were supposed to choose kind of our favorite way to make a card or a favorite style or technique or whatever. I chose kind of mashup cards. I love taking different stamp sets and from different companies and putting them together. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to use a stamp set by Pink Fresh Studios. Actually, I used both of them, the Home for the Holidays and the City, A Day in the City. I also used the Pink Fresh Cityscape die and the new Lawn Fawn Village Heroes, the dies and the stamp set, as well as Simon Says Stamp's Tiny Words. I also pulled in MFT's Dynamics Stitched Edge 2, and then Avery L's the Everyday Collection 6x6 paper pad. And I wanted to get that all out of the way so we can watch what's going on, but we can talk about Maria. She has the kindest heart. She does all of these under the table, sweet, kind things for people. And this is one of those things. She put together this hop. There's a lot of really cool content creators in here. Some very, very talented people. So you hop along, you can enter to win. There's a ton of giveaways and prizes. She's got a $50 Amazon gift card, open US and internationally. $50 Sandy Allnut virtual gift card. That's also open US and internationally. And then there's, if you've heard of Pear Blossom Press, she donated to the giveaway. There are two pack of High Gems, HAI gems, and then a 5-pack of her Easy Lights. They are super fun. I did a video not that long ago showing how I use them. And that is, I'll have that linked in the cards probably for you to check out. But those are the prizes. So what she says here is that if you hop along and subscribe and comment and leave a kind comment, it'll increase your chances to win. She will be doing an announcement video on her channel on the 27th. This giveaway closes on the 20th. That gives her time to create the video with the winners in it. So you have up until the 20th to enter. So you have 10 days to enter. And then on the 27th, she is going to announce on her channel who the winners are. And I will have her channel linked below, but she's in the hop. So if you're subscribing to all the people in the hop and clicking the notification bell, you should find out when she puts that video up. She is exceptionally kind, Maria. She does these things for people. We have this group on Facebook called Handmade Happiness, and she has become one of those, you know how there's people in your community that just do nice things for people and it just happens. You know that they're going to do it, but nobody talks about it. That's her. That's her. The kind person that everybody knows is kind, everybody knows is going to do super sweet things, but nobody is going to call her out and say, hey, I know that was you. It's her. So far, what I have done for my card is I have stamped the buildings. Well, first of all, I die cut the Pink Fresh Cityscape die from some white cardstock. I did some cutting of some pattern paper too, but what you see here is a partial white cardstock cut out from this scene. I used my Nina 80-pound cardstock and then stamped it in my Ink on 3 blackout ink and am coloring it up with my Copics. Now that is the buildings from, let's see which one. I think that's the Christmas one actually. Yep, I used the Home for the Holidays buildings. Both sets, the buildings fit on this die. They're just a little bit different. One has kind of a storefront on it, and the other one, the one for the Christmas, does not. And it's not decorated for Christmas, so I thought it would be kind of fun to use that. So I'm just doing some simple Copic coloring here, just making it look like a city. You know, gray building, brown building, kind of yellowy brick building. And I left the coloring in. I know a lot of people like to watch coloring. I like to watch coloring. It's one of my favorite things to do. It definitely helps me relax, whether I'm doing the coloring or somebody else is. So once I had decided on kind of my color scheme, and I wanted these to be neutral. I did not want them to be bold and bright. I definitely wanted this kind of neutral scene because this is going to be a thank you card. We have lots of stuff going on in our world right now, and some of the kindest people out there are our first responders. Doesn't matter what is going on, they respond. Doesn't matter if you have some contagious illness. Doesn't matter if you have committed a crime. It doesn't matter if you are having a mental health issue. It doesn't matter what is going on. If you are hurt or injured, your house is on fire, they're there. In a lot of communities, the firemen show up no matter what, for traffic accidents, for fires, for incidences where there's an ambulance needed. A lot of times the city will dispatch a fire engine as well. So these guys do much more than just put out fires and save kittens from trees. So I wanted to make a card for the firemen. And I thought that this new set by Fawn was perfect for that. I had to grab it when it first came out. It just is, you know, something that I just absolutely appreciate is our firemen, our police, our EMTs and paramedics, and our school bus drivers and our teachers. And those are all encompassed in this new Fawn set. And I thought it paired really nicely with these this range of stamps from Pink Fresh Studios. And I just thought that the size of the buildings and the size of the vehicles and everything would look really good with the size of these. And that's kind of one thing I really like about stamp sets is that you can mix and match them. That's why I'm calling this a mashup card. It's kind of one of my favorite things. I mean, you know me, you know I like my pattern paper, which we are using. And you know I like my Copic coloring. But this is the other thing that I really enjoy is combining stamp companies, stamp sets. They recently started doing, I think they call it the Stamping Village, when they go to Creativation and they all get together and come up with a stamp set. And it's kind of like that. It's these companies can work together. So why not use them together? You aren't, you know, destined, or you don't have to, or there is no law that says that you have to only use one stamp company at a time when you're building a card. You can use whatever works. So here I have my images stamped out from the Fawn set. I did stamp out the little clouds. The banner is from the Pink Fresh Day in the City, and the fire truck, the firehouse, the little fire hydrant, and the clouds are all from that new Fawn set called Village Heroes. And I'm just coloring them, you know, with some Copic markers. It's nothing special, but like I said, I left it in because I enjoy watching coloring. So I just did like some browns and some reddish browns on the building. And you're going to see that we come back to this banner here in a little bit. This card had so much go wrong. It was one of those. It was one of those cards that, you know, you have an idea and you try to execute it, and everything that you try is just a little wrong. Everything just went awry. In the end, the card, I did salvage the card. It looks fine. If I didn't show you all of this stuff that happened inside of making this card, you would have no idea that that's how all the things that went wrong. But this was like, if 2020 was a card, it's right here. It's right here. All the things that have gone wrong in 2020 are all in this card. So I got the little firehouse colored up, and now I'm going to color the fire engine, and of course red. I know some communities have yellow ones and white fire trucks, and I'm curious, what color are the fire trucks in your community? Do you know? I know that depending on where we are in my area, we have red and we have yellow. I haven't seen anything else. I'm sure somebody will correct me, but I believe it's just red and yellow here in my area. But I did color it up with just a traditional red combination, the R20 family. Started with the 24, went to the 29. I didn't need the 20. This is a tiny little image. Lawn Fawn always does the cutest little things, but they're very tiny images. So if you like to color big things or you want to see lots of contrast, Lawn Fawn might be something that you struggle with. The same with this Pink Fresh Studios stamp set. It's got some super tiny images, which is why they work well together. So if you're looking for something that's, more for bigger blending, you might want to look at florals or bigger images, something like that. But Lawn Fawn, I mean, you don't really need to do too much to them, and they're super cute. I mean, look, it's a fire truck and a firehouse, and it's just stinking adorable. So I just colored it really quickly, actually. I think this was probably the quickest coloring I had done in a while, which is why I was like, yay, I'm on point to finish this card really fast, and it shouldn't take too long, and we're not going to have any trouble. And as soon as I probably said that out loud, things started to just go downhill. I mean, funny. They're all funny things. I'm not mad at myself for doing them. I think I just get overextended sometimes, and I get tired, and then I forget what I'm actually doing. So I die cut everything off screen, and now I'm going to stamp this this banner. And I was like, yay, I'm going to curve this stamp set, the stamp, and I'm going to get it to fit in there just perfectly. And I stamped it. And I mean, we're on the right page here, right? We got everything colored and die cut, and we got that stamped, and I'm going to cut it out. And then I had to trim out this piece here because it's just like a background die, and it didn't matter if it had the bottom. At this point, I didn't think it mattered if it had the bottom or not. And it really doesn't. I will just trim it off. So then I decided I'm going to build the background. And I had die cut white cardstock so that this was stable. And then I die cut it out of pattern paper. And I didn't need to go all the way down. I knew I was going to cover that up. And then I was trying to put this piece of black in here, and I realized that wouldn't work because you can see where I didn't go all the way down with the pattern paper. And then I was like, well, I guess I don't really need that piece of black. It's gonna work out fine. I'll do the hill and with the green pattern paper, and then I have this blue stars. I kind of wish I would have reversed this and cut the background die out of the blue stars and the center part out of the yellows. Anyway, at this point I was questioning my choices, and I was questioning whether or not I should have just, colored this in a flat scene. But me, pattern paper, Copic markers, and let's mash up all the cards companies together. So I just kind of kept going. So I adhered down at my hill, and at least I hadn't trimmed it off first. I adhered it down and then turned it over and trimmed it off. So it wasn't cut short, which, the way this is going, that would have been my luck. So I definitely appreciated that I hadn't done that. And then I adhered down the little fire hydrant, and then I go to put this on, and I realize it's upside down. It's upside down. And I was so mad. I was like, are you kidding? How is that even, why? I was frustrated. But I just kept going. I was like, I'll get back to that. Me and you are not friends right now, so I'm going to need a break. So then I adhered down the little firehouse and the little fire engine, and I had popped those up on foam tape, and I was like, yay, we're getting places. This is awesome. I put some foam tape on the back of a few of these little clouds here because I wanted some more dimension and pop them up, and I knew I was going to pop up the banner whenever I got back to it. So it was okay to have some additional dimension up in the sky. And then I'm going to adhere this down to my card base or a card panel, just because I wanted to build that sky, and I wanted to have something to build it against. So I pieced this stuff in, and everything wasn't lined up exactly. So you see me here trying to really manipulate it into that spot. I mean, it worked, but I was like, what is going on? So far we have screwed up the banner, and we have probably put the wrong pattern papers in the wrong places, and we have what else did I screw up? There was something else so far. Oh, cutting the pattern paper short, and this banner, and oh, there was just one thing after another. Anyway, so I restamped this and I made sure that it was going the right way this time. So I stamped this for All You Do, and then I got all excited and I put this down with some foam tape. And I just used some squares of foam tape and popped it up. And I was like, okay, we're back in business. Things are going nice and smooth now. And I was very excited that all my troubles were in the past. Little did I know. I forgot to stamp the rest of the sentiment. I mean, I needed to stamp this. And now we have a few layers of foam tape on here. I mean, everything is only one layer deep, but I would rather do this before I put foam tape down. So I was crossing my fingers that I wasn't going to screw this up. So now I have at least a sentiment down. So there's another thing that went wrong. And I put the clouds in, and you know, they're super cute little clouds and they're just adorable. So I just kind of tuck them in. The three that are popped up, I decided where I was going to put those. And then I was like, I forgot to put the sentiment at the bottom because we need a sentiment at the bottom. We need a road. So I pulled off the sentiment set from the Simon Says stamp. What is this one? It is the Tiny Words. And I heat embossed this in white on a little strip of black. Cut that out with my trimmer. And now I'm going to put this back on my card. Are you as exhausted as I am? Because I am. And then I'm going to re-adhere the firehouse and the fire engine. The firehouse, I mean, I was so careful, but it's still like I ripped the foam tape when I was taking it up. Anyway, I did get it fixed, and I like the card, but man, we're not friends, me and this card. Sometimes the ideas I have are just way bigger than, I guess, my skill. I should learn that. Renee, you do not have the skill to do this. So then I added a few more of the clouds flat to the card just to add a little bit additional dimension. I thought that that was kind of necessary. It needed a little more extra. So I added a little bit of the sparkle to the windows and all of the glass portions in my images here. That's a Nouveau, or no, that's a Spectrum Noir overlay pen. Then I needed to do the inside, and I've been doing the insides, even if it's just a small image or part of a stencil. This time I just chose to do the fire engine, and I was going to adhere this little cloud. I just didn't like it, so I didn't. So it's just got a fire engine on the inside, which is cute, I think. Then I adhered the panel to a card base, and I was like, well, it needs a little something because it's kind of boring. So then I added little glossy accents to all of the windows and all of the glass portions. So they were colored a little bit with a light blue marker, and then they have the sparkle, and now they have the glossy accents on them. So they just add a little bit of something to look at. So that is my card. I absolutely encourage you to hop along to the other participants in this hop, and when you get to Maria's channel, make sure you leave her just the kindest comment ever. She is just so kind and has such a big heart. And thank you for stopping by, and as I always say, give cards generously. Bye.